So in today's video, we're going to mainly discuss 4 different products. 2 of them are Freeworld monitors. One of them is the Freeworld FW703 7-inch 4K monitor that has both SDI in and out and HDMI in and out. And then we also have the Freeworld F5 Pro monitor, which is an HDMI only monitor, but has some really unique features that I haven't seen on many or really any other monitors at this price point. Specifically, the ability to use NPF powered devices on the back of the monitor. More on that in a little bit. The other 2 products are the Comica AD2 mini preamp, which I've covered in a video before, but we'll talk a little bit about it today, and also the Vaxis Atom SDI 500. So using these 4 products have made it really easy to do one-man band work with the RED Komodo, and also handing off monitoring tools to a client that isn't just the Wi-Fi off the Komodo, because as great as the Wi-Fi is, when you start getting any kind of distance from the Komodo, you start having image problems. So it's better to use a wireless transmitter for that, especially if you're going to go distances or you're going to do something like have a first AC pulling focus. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Geoff Fagien. I'm a filmmaker and DP, and this is a channel where I post some gear reviews, talk a little bit about tech, go behind the scenes of some of my work, and give a little bit of filmmaking knowledge. And today's video is a little bit of everything. So the first product we're going to talk about today is this 7-inch monitor from Freeworld, the FW703. What stuck out to me besides the price, because this thing is only about $225, this monitor for the price does both SDI and HDMI loop in and out, which is a really great feature. The next feature, which may be obvious for some, this is a 7-inch monitor, and having a 7-inch monitor on set is really valuable because getting that critical focus, really just being immersed in the moment, I feel like with a 7-inch monitor, it happens a lot easier than a 5-inch, because a 5-inch is about the same size as my iPhone Max. Another cool thing is it has power in, so I'm actually powering the monitor directly from the Komodo. I actually use a Core SWX battery plate combo, and I did another video on that. I'll put a link above and in the description below. But I'm using the Core SWX battery plate to power this monitor. So on the Komodo itself, I'm only using V-mount power to power everything. I'm not using any other batteries, which is pretty cool. And let's go into wireless monitoring with the Freeworld F5 Pro. So here is the F5 Pro, and not only is it special because it's a great price, it's cheaper than the other Freeworld monitor, it also has a NPF out on the back. So you see here, I have the Vaxis Atom SDI actually hooked in to the back of this monitor. And as long as it's being powered via the AC adapter, or you're using a Sony NPF battery, it actually still feeds power to this NPF accessory. So by doing that, it lets you use one power source to power both the monitor and the accessory. Besides powering it, it also lets it hang back here, so it keeps it nice and compact. So as far as powering, it does use a typical power in port right here, does do power out, but it also will let you power the monitor in via USB-C, which the other Freeworld monitor does not let you do. Now I'm assuming that monitor may take a little bit too much power to do the same thing, but the fact that it has all of these features on the Freeworld F5 Pro and lets you power via USB-C is a killer. Now you may have noticed this is an HDMI only monitor, and I'm using everything with the RED Komodo. Well, that's where the Vaxis Atom SDI comes into play. Now I know we're kind of jumping to the next product really quickly, but I think it goes in conjunction with the Freeworld F5 monitor, as when you use the Vaxis Atom SDI, it will actually convert an SDI to HDMI or HDMI to SDI signal within the transmitters. So even though I'm going SDI out of the Komodo, I can go HDMI out of this transmitter into this Freeworld monitor, and again, keeps it nice and compact and eliminates having to get some kind of signal converter. On set, I pretty much have this with a little tripod down here, and that's it. And the cool part too is if I want to give a video feed to a much bigger television, well, there's an HDMI out on the Freeworld F5 Pro as well. Quality on both Freeworld monitors are just really great, especially for the money. Freeworld has really kicked butt in the budget monitor arena, and I can't be happier. By the way, after all these kind words of Freeworld, they are not sponsoring this video. They did not send me out these monitors. I bought them all with my own money off of Amazon, but there are links to everything in the description below. So if you are interested in any of this, make sure to take a look at them. They are affiliated, but by clicking on them, it's no cost to you and does help out this channel, and also helps me creating new videos like like this to let you guys know how everything works. So also I'll take this time to ask if you like what you see today. If you got knowledge out of today's video, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, as it does really help out. But without further ado, let's move on to the last product, which is the Comica AD2. All right, so you may notice this is out of focus and it's upside down. The reason being, I'm actually using the Comica AD2 to loop in the audio from my XLR microphone to the Komodo, but it is an absolute joy to use. So the reason being is it's really inexpensive. Again, I'll have a link in the description below. It uses one XLR in and acts as a preamp to going into whatever camera you want to use it for. Now, when I'm not using an XLR accessory, which I didn't on my shoot, I actually have an XLR to 3.5mm adapter. So when I have something like my Comica Wireless or my Rode Wireless Go, I could hook them in to this preamp and get a much stronger signal into the Komodo than I would have just by plugging those directly into the Komodo. It's really small, especially compared to using something like a Zoom recorder, and I'm not trying to record the audio separately on these shoots. I want everything to go into the Komodo because I'm actually tossing all the footage off to an editor. So I want to make things as simple as possible, not have a bunch of different files everywhere. If I was doing a feature, then we would have the audio recorded separately, and this AD2 may not make as much sense. But when you're doing one-man band work, you want everything to be as highest quality as possible, but also the usability needs to be really easy because you're the only person doing everything, hence the one-man band. So using this AD2 has really been a breeze in conjunction with the RED Komodo. I actually originally ended up buying it to use with the original pocket cinema camera that I had. However, I don't have it anymore, and kind of hit me. I don't know why I'm not using it more with the Komodo, as I did a video for this with the Komodo and it actually always worked pretty well. It also does phantom power, so if you need to phantom power your microphone, it does offer that. So I would say the only drawback of this AD2 is that it uses 9-volt batteries. So you need to go to the store and get a regular 9-volt battery if you want to use this. It doesn't have a rechargeable battery. It doesn't even use AA's, so you got to get 9-volt. And I would say that's the biggest drawback of this. If they can make a unit like this that was a little bit more compact, didn't have this pre-existing 3.5mm jack, let us just plug in our own auxiliary cord into it, made it so it can mount onto a camera a little easier, maybe call it an 83, 84. I think there is an 83 already out, or at least there's another model that does 2 XLRs. So whatever the next evolution of this, if you can make it mountable on a camera, this thing is so small, I love it. Even now, still use it. I'll live with its drawbacks. So I just wanted to do this video as things are starting to reach that new normal. Even me, I'm starting to get out. I'm doing a lot more gig work right now. Only really have one feature planned for later this year. So most of the work that I have down the pipeline is really more commercial work, some local commercials and corporate stuff. But I'm really happy to be getting back in the saddle and bringing this channel back to what it was originally supposed to be, which is walking through some of my shoots, discussing why I use what gear, and not as much being a specific review channel, but really talking about the products in a more broader sense of me using them on set and giving you my practical experience with it. So that's going to be it for today's video. Again, if you got knowledge out of it, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell. Till next time, my name's Geoff Fagien. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.